Yes, yes, yes. We are here now live at WSPR Radio with the 411 with Shantia B. We have a very special guest today coming all the way from St. John's University, making the troop. Romel. Long troop. Just straight trooping it. No shuttle, no nothing.
Nope. And a light spring jacket.
light spring jacket. So what's going on, Romel?
Not much. I'm cold. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me and whatnot. It's been you asked me about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Too. It came by quick.
I know. That's why I was like, it was a couple of weeks now. I was like, oh, wait. I'm like, my friends are like, March is coming up. I'm like, no, it's not. I have like 2 weeks. They're like, March is like next week. So I was like, oh, let me ask them.
I keep speaking to my grandmother, and she'd be like, oh, you go on break next month? You're out of school in 2 months? I'm like, no, it's 3. She's
exactly.
Like, it's March. She'd get mad aggressive. It's March. Like,
so now that's good. But at least we're almost done, though. Couple of
almost
weeks
done with sophomore years.
Yeah, sophomore year. Thank God.
Yeah.
How's it been for you?
Sophomore year has been interesting. First semester was difficult. Did really good, though. Second semester, I'm like asking myself, why am I still in school? But it's going.
It's going.
It's going.
So let's get into your life a little bit. So you're a sophomore now. Freshman year, you went to St. John's. Was that your first choice? Or?
No. We're in not Hofstra. Rutgers was my first choice, and then I think Baruch was my second. No, Rutgers, Georgia State, then Baruch, then St. John's.
Wow, that's like a big jump.
It is.
I'm like colleges.
But the way, I guess, Rutgers, I couldn't afford Rutgers. Georgia State was like, it was a risk because if I didn't get, I think, a 3.6 my first year, then they weren't going to pay for my school.
Wow.
Like, they do this thing, like, after the first year, if you get a 3.6, then you go to the rest of the school, I think, for free for, like, $5,000 and stuff like that. So, in the end, the total price, like, equals itself out. But that wasn't going to go. And then I applied to the community schools, the city schools in New York, and they sent me back the acceptance letters the day after St. John's did. And community took way too long.
Right.
But St. John's also took long and a whole bunch of nonsense from my guidance counselor. But St. John's replied first, and then community the next day. And my mom was like, maybe this is a sign that you need to go to St. John's. And I was like, you know what? We just gonna go. So
right.
That's how I ended up at St. John's.
So how did you like it so far? Was it like, were you at shock, like, with the whole adjustment from high school to college, or?
In some ways, I mean, I grew up in Queens. I still commute. Like, I don't live on campus. So I still have that. I'm still familiar with the surroundings, so to speak. But I never went to high school, period, with a white person until I went to St. John's.
Wow.
So that was, like, a big change of having to see, like, so many, like, white people and just a real, like, an actual diverse environment. But, you know, I think it was a good thing for me.
Definitely. So now let's get into radio. Did you start that freshman year as well, or you got into that more of your sophomore year?
No, I started 2 weeks in the freshman year.
Oh, wow. So you were playing no games.
Yeah, I knew I wanted to do radio since high school. I was already doing a lot of communication-related things anyway. And so once I saw the activities fair, I was like, yep, I'm going to join the radio station. And you got to go through the whole process of joining and whatnot.
Right.
Once I became a member, you know, second semester I had a show.
Wow. So how were you coming up? So I know you have Apple Juice Break on air now, and you had the title before, a show about nothing. So how the titles are very interesting.
Yeah. So,
say the least. So how did you come up with picking titles for your show?
A show about nothing was literally inspired by Wale. Like,
really?
And I'm not even like the biggest Wale fan, but I always thought the name was interesting because it makes about nothing.
Yeah, because I hear that. I'm like, okay, about things. So what are you talking about?
That was another thing too. Is like I was always liked how the mixtape about nothing like was always about something. And another thing was it was a show I did in between shows because freshman year I did a show with my friend Spidey, and Mondays and Fridays, the electric relaxation, and so it was something that I did, and it wasn't anything I was like truly dedicated to because if no one did their show during that time slot, I'd just take it, and then I just took the slot like it's mine, right, that's it, and what I wanted to do this year, first semester, I did a show with the general manager, and also I'm music director, and called The Voice, because we were saying The Voice St. John, though we changed it now.
Right.
And it just was overwhelming, so I decided to do a show by myself, have more creative control.
How was that for you? Was it, like, weird at first, just, like, talking by yourself on the mic, or you felt better because you had more?
I felt better because I had more creative control. Like, I enjoyed doing The Voice, it just was too much. And, like, I had my idea, to be quite honest. I did not want to continuously play top 40. Like, I did not want Taylor Swift on my, like, Taylor Swift music on my show. And I like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But I didn't want Taylor Swift music on my show and stuff like that. I wanted my show to be something, like, I wanted to play music that no one was, like, bumping or it was, like, really, really, like, really hot. And that's why I did it. And Apple Juice Break, I was thinking about changing it, but I didn't know what to from the show About Nothing to Apple Juice Break. And it was this song that I used to dig when I was, like, 14, 15 by Zach and Jones, who remixed it, Apple Juice Break. And it came on, and it's like, the piano plays, like, Apple Juice Break. I'm like, here we go. That's it.
And then it's clicked in your head.
Yep, that was it.
That's dope, though. Because I listened to the show, I was like, Apple Juice Break. I was like, let me hear what this is about. So, do you have, like, a favorite moment from, like, your show that, like, really made you feel like, wow, like, this is what I'm made to do?
It was Monday, and the sucky part is someone screwed with the equipment while St. John's was on break last week, so I thought it was recording, but it didn't.
Wow.
But, it was Monday. The Kanye West song, All Day, just dropped. Like,
Fire.
It just dropped. And we went on Complex, me and my friend Nick, Joe, and Andrew, and we caught the download like as soon as it dropped, because 5 minutes after it dropped on Complex, and it was a download link, the particular page crashed, so no one else could download it at that time. So it's like 250. My show's in 40 minutes, and I was like, I'm playing this on my show. And so I got it, and I cleaned it like ASAP, and I played it. Like, I didn't know anyone else that was doing radio like in New York City that played it on their show because it just came out.
Yeah, so I didn't hear not one radio station in New York. Only like maybe one, but barely.
I think Hot 97 played it at the same time I did.
Yeah,
and that's because everyone had to do the same exact thing. It was no clean
version. So there was
version.
no other way.
Everyone had to clean it themselves, and it was just so I felt cool as hell. And then we gave away Travis Scott tickets yesterday on my show.
Oh, check
so
it
I
out.
never the phone ones. Sometimes they go off, sometimes they don't. But boom, at one time,
Wow.
It was crazy.
Was that your first time, giving away tickets, to that high of a level?
Yeah, I gave away tickets to school shows like that, and you have 2 or 3 callers.
Right.
But when 12 people call at 4:30, when you say giving away tickets and it's kicking people off the lines, and and you're debuting songs, and you just have a killer show, and you do it simply by yourself. I was like, yeah, this is it.
That's when you know.
Yeah, because I can do this. I can definitely do this for a career, because it was so fun to do it.
I'm getting excited hearing about it, because imagine having so many people call at one time just to get those tickets.
Yeah, and I've sat in on a few radio shows, actual radio shows, when I went to Florida during the summer, and to see people call and just how excited everyone gets, and it's this is a good show and the music's going. It's I had that moment.
Wow, so cool. You just definitely knew.
Yeah.
So we have Romel in the building. If you have any questions, tweet at WSPR Radio. If you want to tweet at him, at Aspiring Adult. We're going to be here for a little bit. He's going to be basically co-hosting today.
Yay.
Going to be kicking it with us. So if you have any questions, let us know. The 411 with Shantia B. We are back live with the 411 with Shantia B. Got special guest co-host with me today, Romel.
Yo.
How you doing?
I'm still good.
Still good? Feeling warm?
I'm warm now.
You good?
I feel my hands.
You all good now?
Yeah.
So, I got a message from someone.
Okay.
And they said, tell Romel I said hi. I love his Tumblr.
Yay.
Her name is Ashley. I was going to put her last name. I'm not going to put her whole government out there on record. So, yeah. So, I was going through, I wasn't stalking. I was going through your Instagram a little bit.
Okay.
And, the girls seem to really love you. The comments coming, oh my God, you're my husband. Wow, it's kind of crazy. So I gotta ask you, what's going? Now I know that sometimes some people are just friends, and some people can go that way. But how do you feel about the comments sometimes? Does it become overbearing?
At this point, this has been going on for give or take 4 years now.
Wow.
So I'm used to the attention that I get, whatever attention I get online. Tumblr is way worse than Instagram.
Really? I don't even have. I'm so bad. I don't have a Tumblr yet. So tell me how it really works.
Tumblr, it's super easy. You log on and you post stuff. You can post whatever you want, and you repost stuff. It's a button to reblog, so
gotcha.
It gives credit to the person who posted it from the original creator and all that other good stuff. So it's a very simple like concept.
Gotcha.
But I think it's cool. Like I appreciate it. Like I don't take it too serious. Like I don't take most things too serious. So I appreciate it though.
Right.
And sometimes there may or not be some super cute people that have commented in the past. And
do
like,
you slide in their DMs being like, hey? He's like, absolutely.
Yeah, I slid in a few DMs, but only because they asked me to.
Oh, okay. So you're not just like, hey, I saw you like my picture. Let me just slide in your DMs real quick.
Nah. Unless they followed me. Unless, like, if they followed me and then, like, the bunch
so
of photos.
So if a girl, like, follows you on Twitter and they, like, favorite, like, 15 of your stuff, is that, like, the signal, like, yo, let me just hit her DMs real quick?
Yeah. That is the signal. I think it's totally fine at that point.
It's totally fine? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So, are you in a relationship, or do you try not to be in a relationship, or?
I'm not in one. I'm not necessarily not trying to be in one. I guess I don't really want one right now, and that's just to be fair to myself and to the people, or the person, or whatever the case is. I was in a relationship for quite some time, like a year ago, over a year ago, and it was kind of weird because I was dating the person since I was like in high school.
Oh wow!
And so
a long time.
Yeah, and the first semester of college, like it was just like it was really just weighing in on me being in a relationship and whatnot.
It was like kind of long distance.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
So it's like there's that, and then we're both trying to concentrate and be like decent students and find ourselves and find our friends at school and stuff like that. Like still got like so much love for the person though. Like we're still good friends, but just was not that. And it taught me a lesson. Like I got to be fair to myself and to be fair to the other person as well. I'm not going to date anybody, and I can barely answer a text. Like I still can't.
That's real.
I still can't text people back. I'm not gonna string somebody along and just have them heartbroken.
You didn't text me back an hour ago, so I'm assuming
Like I'm not gonna leave anybody confused and heartbroken and have their time wasted. Like to keep it real with people. Like if I want to date you, I will actually date you, but I'm not gonna waste your time.
Right. I respect it though, because a lot of people don't do that. They'll waste your time, entertain you, not even fully like you, just entertain you, then go about however they want to, and then dodge you and leave you, and then go back and do it.
Gotta keep it up with people. People should know where you stand.
Right.
I think it's important. That way you can keep everyone happy.
Exactly.
If you have, and this is just like in general, like if you speak to 4 different girls and they all know you speak to somebody else, can they get mad at you if they keep talking to you?
No.
You kept it a buck.
Exactly. Do you think it's difficult, well, for you personally speaking, do you think it's difficult for girls to really understand when you tell them that, like, I needed to do it for myself? Do they think, like, do they really understand that, or do you think it's hard for them?
Every chick that I've talked to in the past year that I've, like, explained this to has been like, okay. Like, totally cool with it.
Wow.
And it's simply just for that same fact that, like, I had, instead of, like, to be like, oh, I like you, blah, blah, like, explain what I just told you, and they're like, you know what, I respect it, I understand it. Some choose not to talk to me like that afterwards, and some are just like, okay, I understand where you're at, I still like you, I still want to, like, mess around and still talk to you, whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. Like, they can do whatever they want to do still, too, and I can't just be like, oh, no, I'm not like that, because I also explained that, too. It's like, yo, you can still do whatever you want to do.
Wow.
Just, like, keep it a buck.
But what if you find, like, even though, like, you're at a party and you walk in and, like, you see something you don't want to see, like, you're not going to feel any type of way about that?
Oh, of course you're going to feel some small type of way.
Alright.
Being real,
yeah.
But you're 20, 19, 20, 21 years
20,
old. Like,
20 Monday.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
But, yeah, I feel some type of way, but at the same time, just being realistic about the situation, I was like, okay, but what was I doing last week? Okay, I need to shut up. Like, and just go party and be happy. So
definitely. I definitely respect that. That's the first time I really heard someone, like, a guy, like, thoroughly explain, like, the steps into going into that. Because guys would be like, well, I got my own stuff going on, and, I'm still grinding out here, so,
I'm still on these streets.
I'm still on these streets, I'm still grinding out here, so you just gotta understand that. And that's it. You'd be like, really?
See that.
Like, but I definitely respect that. So now let's get into you becoming an actual DJ. Now, did DJing start, I'm assuming that started way before you came to St. John's.
Oh, yeah. No, yes and no. Yes and no. It wasn't until St. John's where I was like, okay, like, this is something that I could, like, mess around and do and stuff like that. So, like, I'll deal with like house parties and stuff like that. Nothing major. I think it's still like a hobby more than it's like, oh, I just want to be a DJ for my life. Like, nah, like we got equipment at the St. John's, and so when there's festivals or whatever the case is, barbecues, there's house parties, stuff like that. Like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And a few events with the magazine I work for, like, yeah, I'll do that too. I used to just mess around with like beats and virtual DJ.
Anybody taught you or?
Nah.
Wow, for real?
I used to deal with virtual DJ back when I was like 14, and that's how I really got into it because I became a really big fan of Daft Punk at 13. So I used to just try to mesh Kid Cudi, Rat-a-Tat, and Daft Punk songs all at one time.
Wow.
So that's how I like taught myself like basics and stuff like that. And then I'm a really big hip hop head, so I just kind of like follow. And then once the equipment became available for me to use at St. John's, and I was able to just like sit down and teach myself, and I started making the mixes, stuff like that, and then people started like listening to it. So I was like, oh, people like dig this, and so I just kept up with it.
Wow. So let's go. And so you had Bay.com that you just dropped, which was really popping. I was dancing in my room. Then you had Black, and then you had the Fresh Prince mix. Now, out of all those, do you have a favorite, or it all depends on your mood?
Like different mixes. Like some are like party stuff, and some are just like stuff that I like chill to. Like Black was just like I wanted to do something for the end of the year, but I didn't want it to be like too drunk. I wanted it to be like a collection of stuff that I was like truly like listening to.
Right.
And so like stuff like that. I think it really does depend on the mood because like yesterday I listened to like Bay.com to like tear it up. Right. But then like sometimes at night like I listen to the 5 a.m. one, which is not I would really consider like a DJ mix, but it's like that's like 2 a.m. like with your girl type stuff. Like you just chilling, you want some like So it really depends on the mood.
So if you had to choose like if you had to have a mix that you could strictly listen to for a week, which mix would you choose?
Oh, I have so many that no one's heard. So can I go with the ones? No, I have so many that no one's heard.
So
and
when are you gonna drop this?
I'm not like.
So okay, see now you just gave me a great segue. You cannot pull a Wu-Tang on me. Last night I went to Wu-Tang's private screening for the Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, and they were like, okay, it's like a box, and they have like one only copy. It's not gonna be released for 88 years. The person, whoever's auctioned off, gonna get it. They're gonna have the whole thing, and it cannot be sold commercialized for that whole 88 years. So it's up to the person you want to give it out for free, or just hold on to it. So are you about to pull a Wu-Tang? I
think I might, and you know what? I could give you. I will personally like Dropbox you the files of the ones that I have in my computer still.
Okay, because I appreciate it.
Some people that like I'm cool with, like ones that live in different states, people I've never met, but I'm cool with.
Yeah.
Like they're like, yo, I have your mixes on my CDs and stuff like that. I'm like, word. Here's like 5 I never dropped. There's one.
Wow.
There's one. I swear, it was during the summer. I walked into the station. I was like, I had a set list ready. It's literally everything that was popping in 03 to 08. Like,
wow.
and thing is that it's so good, but I just never like found it. Never felt right to just like put it out.
What do you mean?
Like, I kind of draw things according to how I feel. And like the times of the year too. Like I would probably do that during the summer. It already passed. Like the moment had already passed. Like I'm a big with moments.
Right.
Like,
no, me too.
If the moment already passed where I felt like, oh, this would have been super cool to have dropped.
Right.
Then I just won't drop it. I just keep it for myself and just like.
And just bump out to it, maybe put it on Snapchat for 2 seconds, like no one hear it.
No, they'll hear like what, and they're like, you can't hear it.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm about to pull I'm gonna call it a Wu-Tang now. You're just gonna pull a Wu-Tang.
I think I have like 18 mixes, but I have 18 like on SoundCloud.
Yeah, okay.
If that. So I have radio shows on there too, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But on my computer, I have like 30 something.
That you haven't really.
Yeah, like I have a lot of like old school rap ones.
Okay.
A lot of like I did one straight with like Kanye West beats and Kanye West inspired beats and stuff like that. Like I'll just toy around with like songs and like what goes and what doesn't, and just kind of like just have fun with it.
So how long does it take you? Like it takes like more than one day or a couple hours?
It takes a long time, I guess. Like obviously the process of recording a mix is like the time it takes to do that. But I'm really like big on like it actually sounding good and it sounding different. So between sometimes searching for songs would take 4 or 5 hours because like you want to get the right songs, stuff like that. Like depending on the mix, like the Bay.com was like I already had all the songs, so it was like
so 1, 2, 3, 4.
But like the black one or the one I did in the summer, like I went and I searched for like all these songs and like all these tight songs that fit like what I thought it would fit and how it would fit, and then I would toy with okay, this doesn't sound right with it, this doesn't sound right with that, and I'd take the one out and put a new one in and just toy with it. And then like I tend to record things like twice to make sure like okay, this like this sounds like tight as hell, and then I'd actually record it.
Oh wow! So it's like a whole like process to
that's
get all this together.
When I do it, and that's how I talk about like when it sounds right and when the time is right, I'll do it because then when I put it out and then I won't feel bad about like bombarding people's social media with it because I was like I know this is tight. Like I spend too much time to not do this.
And that's great to have because some people are just like you know what here let me just throw this out here. But like I'm glad it's good to know that you have that already in your mind saying you're like I know this is hot. I know you're gonna like this and you're gonna listen to it and you're gonna love it.
Thank you.
No problem. So that's definitely dope. Now, your music taste is you put me on to like a lot of people that you don't even know it.
Can I play songs later in the show?
Yes, we're gonna get you to play some songs and everything because let me tell you guys something. When I tell you this is the only person I've ever met with this today, but I followed you on social media for a while that had a very big diverse choice in music. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
and not even just for a college student, like everyone. So, how do you find your music or get into music? I know probably people ask you that a lot. Like, how do you find your music? Is it something you find on Tumblr or?
Shout out. I guess once again, shout out to the ex-girlfriend. She put me on to a lot of great artists, like when we were dating. Like electronic stuff though.
Oh,
like
okay.
that I would give her credit for electronic.
Nothing else.
A lot of stuff just goes to I walk with my phone and I Shazam nearly everything that I think sounds good. And I was on a cruise last 2 weeks ago, and it's so much good music. Like, this is gonna sound where people were laughing at me for liking the song. You know the song "Girls Chase Boys"?
Yeah.
I like that song. Like, I don't know why I like it. I like it though. And that song I found on the cruise. I've listened to a lot of Men Without Hats. That's a 80s Australian band. Like, really good. I listened to a lot of the Smiths. Like, just a lot of stuff. Guitar Hero put me on to a lot of music.
Yeah.
I'm a really big playing guitar since I was like 13. Tony Hawk Pro Skater series probably have had the biggest impact of my life ever.
Wow.
Simply because music is such an important part of my life. Right. And I was 4 and I had Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. And that's when I first heard Anthrax, Public Enemy, and I think Drew the Damager.
Oh wow!
And so like I'm open. I was already open, and then I had like the Hot Wheels game, so I'm hearing Metallica for the first time. So I grew up hearing these songs. So when I got to where I could like learn how to download music, it was like 11, 12 or whatever, and I'm figuring out how to do this. Like I already knew where to go and who I wanted to listen to, and types I wanted to listen to.
Right.
Then it just evolves from there.
So do you have a specific genre that like that's like your heart? Like is it more hip hop or?
Hip hop is life. Like I am a huge music fan, but hip hop is life.
90s, 80s, or it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. Like I just really love the thing. I really love the genre. Like I sit like watch documentaries. I watch a lot of like I sat down because I felt like I didn't know enough about it about like the origin of hip hop, not hip hops, and just how it started. And it's this whole argument. Like people like to get credit for the Bronx for like starting hip hop, but then there's people like Queens, like the Disco Twins. Like quick story, they used to carry like speakers and amplifiers like half the size of this radio station on like trucks and put them in the middle of the parks. Like it wasn't like the whole park situation. Like it's bigger than what I think people ever give it credit for.
Yeah.
So you see pictures like speakers are huge. Like you don't have speakers like that now.
No.
Unless like you go to some Magic Square Garden or something like that.
Right.
They were carrying arena speakers around in trucks and assembling them and then plugging up in the streetlights and having parties. Like
that's no joke.
And we're talking about like DJ groups, like 4 DJs, 3 DJs, and stuff like that. The whole entire just beginning of hip hop and just how it evolves is like a beautiful, beautiful thing. Like no other genres like it.
Definitely, so. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I respect it. So we have Romel here in the building. If you have any questions, or we're gonna get into some music because he has some Definitely dope music.
I got some heat that
he
like
got some heat that he about
found.
to play. So he's gonna play that for us in a little bit, and we'll be right back. 411 with Shantia. Top 5. You're gonna hate me for saying this. What's your top 5?
Top 5. What exactly?
Top 5 songs that you're in love with right now.
Right now, that's tough. If I have to go right now, How Will I Live by Amber Rosa. The song they sampled was for the Big Sean Kanye track. Who Will I Be Now by Men at Work. All Day by Kanye. I don't know why it slipped me. The Big Sean Kanye track. What's the name of the song? The Big Sean.
Oh my God!
All Your Fault. All Your Fault. And Take a Chance by Phony People.
Who? You put me on to Phony People.
They are so good.
Dope. Listen, I'm like, wait. I listened to that new album. I was on YouTube. I was like, wait. I'm really feeling it. I don't know. I can't even describe it. It's just like their sound is just so different.
And the cool thing is, like, I put my mom on the Phony People.
So that's when you know.
She came to my room and she's like, "What's this?" I'm like, "It's the band I saw the other day." She was like, "For real?" She thought I was gonna see some like punk rock, rah, because she knows I like that stuff too. So she's like, "Oh, whatever."
Here you go.
Like, nah, like these are some 19-year-old kids from Brooklyn.
They're 19.
19 and 20.
Wow.
I posted on Instagram the song, right? Take a Chance.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 people commented. They're like, "Oh, that's my cousin." And someone else is like, "Yeah, I did background vocals for their song." I'm like,
casual.
And they both go to St. John's. I'm like, so you trying to get them to come perform or not?
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be dope. Y'all them perform.
Cause I emailed them and they didn't respond. So
yeah,
like,
so
damn.
we gonna put a hashtag get phony people to St. John's.
Yes.
I'll definitely be there for that one. Cause they're so, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Just their sound is just.
It's refreshing. It's like
definitely
they're as 19 and 20-year-olds, or I think one of them is like 21, 22. Like, they make such soulful, like...
Seriously. I thought you were going to say, they're, like, in their late 20s, about to turn 30. That's what I thought you were going to...
Nah, these are young. Apparently, the year before I showed up to St. John's, they came to the school and did, like, a talent show.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Performed during a talent show, because 3 years ago, they were just, like, making music. Like,
right. Now it's, like...
people. Now they're, like, doing the
real.
show. Like, and the show was mad intimate, too. It was, like, 60 people there.
Oh, wow.
Like... They make great music. They can't really draw a crowd right now, but they make really good music, and the show was great. Like, great crowd reactions.
Yeah.
I think they sound better live when they even doing songs.
Yeah.
So.
I think they definitely do. I can't wait to hear more of their music.
Can't wait to do.
They're definitely dope, but I can't wait. So, what's going on in the future for you? I know you're always doing it. I know you just recently were in 17 magazine. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, what else you got going on?
I'm gonna be a junior now, so I could officially intern at places. 17 is definitely one of the places I might intern, because I got an internship with them when I first worked in the college, but they St. John's wouldn't let me do it because I wasn't a junior and all this other nonsense. But definitely try to give it them. Keep doing things with artsy. We just dropped a mixtape project.
Yeah, I heard.
Yesterday. I provided the songs for the mixtape project. I didn't rap or nothing, but I provided the songs, and the reception was really good, so there's that. Just finished out sophomore year, and continue to put out, like, mixes and just...
And not hold out on the world.
I'm trying not to do that anymore.
I'm
trying not. But I definitely got a lot of things coming. Once summer comes, or junior year comes, and I can, like, officially make the moves that I've been trying to make.
Right.
For the past 2 years, then it's gonna be crazy.
Are you trying to make out-of-state moves or just strictly New York?
I'm trying to make out-of-state moves too. This is wherever I can go, where people want to listen and people like want to work with me and stuff like that. And all creative outlets like videos or edit, whatever the case is. Like, I'm a creative person, and I like working with creative people. And so wherever people are like, yo, we want you to come and help us do this, like, yo, I'm down.
That's dope.
If it's somewhere I gotta take a plane ride or a bus, though, like, you paying.
Right, exactly.
Like, besides that, it's all chill. So
definitely. So let's get into. You have any hidden talents or like talents that people may not think you have besides DJing?
I guess I'm a decent writer. Like, I don't think I give myself enough credit for like how good I am with people and writing. I have good people skills. I guess that's the talent. I don't have like. Can't like do the world's best nene or I'm not creating no new dances or nothing, but I don't know. I just really like dealing with people, and then just like nice taste in music. I think that's what I have to offer for people. I think people dig it, so like whatever.
Definitely, for real.
Yeah, I don't have any like cool hidden talents though.
No.
Does Guitar Hero
Like, you
count?
do like what level?
Actually,
Do you do expert?
I play on expert. I've been playing expert for 7 years.
I can only do. I'm just medium. That's it.
Oh,
Medium level. I can't. I try to go on the other. Nah,
I got
too much.
I ended up being really good, like real good.
So that's serious though. Like expert, I tried expert once, but it just I had to literally like take the guitar, place it on my lap, and like
Oh,
that shit, you gotta do some more shit.
do it that way, just so I could.
Nah.
You're looking at me like, yo, are you
It's like,
serious
it's like,
right
that was
now?
me when I was 12.
No. This is young. This isn't recent.
Oh,
This
okay.
is like it was like when I was like 12, 13 years
Okay,
old.
okay.
Yeah, no. I haven't played Guitar Hero in a couple of years.
My guitar broke. My Guitar Hero, and it was a Rock Band guitar, and it broke the things in the batteries,
Mhm.
the whatever it's called, the springs.
Yeah.
They popped. One popped. I was like, are you kidding me? And
Wow.
I haven't bought a new one yet. It makes me mad because I have like 10 Rock Band Guitar Hero games and stuff like that. So just like mad music. I used to like download a lot of DLC for it. The downloadable content songs, stuff like that. So the amount of songs that I learned to play.
So
And it
you're
sucks I don't know how to play a real guitar. But, you know.
Have you tried a real guitar?
Yeah, but I never had the time to sit down and learn. And then, you know, they're expensive. And I don't think that my mom really ever supported the idea of me learning how to play guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play trumpet. If
Okay.
I used to play trumpet back in elementary
Alright.
school. If
I
that's
play
the time.
clarinet, so.
Really? Okay. So we're on the same boat.
So, yeah,
We're on
somewhere.
the same boat. Former music stars.
Yep. That's it. I didn't really do anything else. Steel drums. That's it.
Steel drums? Awesome.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to play the drums, but I don't have enough coordination in my right foot.
No, you wouldn't do like snare or like.
I don't even know. It's like whatever.
I feel like you do snare. Just a little drum line.
I could do that. Nah, I want to play.
Oh, you want to like do
I
like
wanna
from
play
you
the
would have the
drums.
cymbals and the whole 9 yards.
I want to play the drums.
So we got to get this bucket list going before the semester finishes.
I have a
up during the summer.
decent sized bucket list.
So what-
I want to do.
Can I hear some of them?
Spend a week in LA, which is a possible. Like it's most likely gonna happen. Go to England. That's one. Learn how to play drums. Like, have the perfect whip dance is definitely somewhere in that top 15. Like,
You saw the whip dance with the guy. He had on like the Carlton sweater. He did
Yes.
the Carlton during the.
yes, that was.
Yeah,
I want to
I
get
love-
on that level. Cause right now, like, it's started a joke. Like, I just joke with people, but like, I definitely have learned to just vibe with music like Kanye West and just like not
Right.
give it.
Just go with it.
You saw the all day performance?
Yes, with the fight.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Alan or whatever his dude is, the dude from Milwaukee that rapped the chorus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just how that whatever moves he was doing, that's where I try to inspire to be, just as a joke. Yo, at the party start like shimmying and stuff.
They just do
Like,
the whole little. Okay.
okay.
So you gotta get the whip level going. What else you got?
Huh?
What else you got on the bucket list?
I said guitar. Well, no, I said drums.
Drums.
Guitar is probably somewhere up there. Go to England, LA.
Any career like bucket list goals? Or?
Yeah, I said this since I was 15. I'm trying to be like the Black Ryan Seacrest. I'm trying to be everywhere. Like
That's a great goal to have though.
it's a hard goal, but I definitely feel like I could.
I think it
achieve
could definitely happen though.
Yeah. I'm definitely trying to be there. Like, I'm trying to be on radio. I'm trying to be on TV. I feel like I have a marketable personality, I suppose.
Yeah.
And definitely trying to like be that. Like, I've met a few people, and my dad has messed around with enough people in his day to have met the right people to put me on. So can't say who on air,
Right,
but
right.
I know a few people. And so definitely like that. I feel like I really can't wait for my junior year because I personally feel like the Kanye complex is like they're not letting me do what I want to do.
Right.
That's how I felt for 2 years because it's probably a good thing it didn't happen.
Yeah, because everything you don't want to rush everything either.
Yeah.
You want to let it.
But it does suck when you know where you were at and where you could have been if certain things didn't stop. Because I lined up at internship for Atlantic Records, second semester of junior year, second semester of freshman year before I walked into college. No, 2 weeks into college, and school told me no. Like kept telling me no.
Yeah, I would have been bitter too. That's
like, come on,
that's
like
crazy.
you got a freshman walking in here just snagging up
Straight
internships. And,
yeah. And people at senior graduating still didn't have an internship, so.
Like, for real, bro? So,
I would have been mad.
I'm feeling marginalized.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold you down. So, thank you for coming in today.
No problem.
Despite the weather outside is looking crazy.
Yeah, dude, I'm perfectly fine with having to travel home in this.
Oh,
I don't mind.
I really appreciate you coming.
No problem.
It was an honor to have you here. Yeah, I've been seeing you for a couple of months now, posting some dope stuff. I'm like, I need to have him here. I'm like, he's too dope. I'm like, I gotta make sure he comes here.
Happy early birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, everybody, I'm turning 20 on Monday.
Team Pisces.
What do you say?
Team Pisces?
Yes, absolutely, Team Pisces. The best sign out there.
Turning 20 is like turning 12.
No, I feel like turning 20 is turning 40. That's what I feel.
It does hit you that you're in your 20s, but let a month slip, right? Let a month go by, and you're going to feel 12 again. You know, like, when you were 12, how you were just a year away from turning 13,
Mm-hmm.
but you mentally felt old enough to do all the stuff that you could do at 13, but, like, legally you couldn't, or just certain things your mom wouldn't let you do it.
Yeah.
That's what 20 feels like. Like, I can't go to certain clubs. I can't go to certain parties. I can't drink. I went on the cruise, and I was so mad. I bought me a Pabst Blue Ribbon, right? Because I only had a little bit of money, and it's cheap, and, you know, I'm around white people enough to know to get the PBR.
Right.
And the dude's like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 20. My mom said, you know, you have to be 18 out here to drink. She's like, no, 21. And took the beer back and gave me my money. I'm like,
that's right.
I'm like, that's when I felt too young. And then when I was around a bunch of 19-year-olds and 18-year-olds, and I'm obviously a few months away from being 18, I'm like 19, but how they were acting, I'm like, yo, I am way too old for this.
Right,
but I can't hang out with a 25-year-old drinking beers.
That's what I'm saying, because that's how I feel. Even now, like, you can't go to no backyard house parties anymore as you do, because like half of them are like either in high school or about to graduate, and then you be feel like the old person in the crew, but
this
like it's not that old.
Guy across the street from me, he throws house parties for high school kids all the time. We're talking about high school seniors, and sometimes I'm just like, yo, I'm trying to go to that party,
right?
And then I see the one 18-year-old, the one 17-year-old, and I'm like, bruh, I went to a party. I knew I was old. I knew I got too old.
Right.
I went to a party, right, and it was this fine girl, right. She looked at me. I went to talk to her. We were talking, 16. She was like, she said, I asked, how old are you? She said, oh, I'm 17, I go to some high school. I was like, I looked at her like, I'm sorry, we got this conversation has to end. I had
you straight up said this conversation has to end.
I said the conversation has to end. Like, I'm sorry, like, I walked away because it was just like.
Because that's how people get charged.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have a situation.
Right. Listen, sips tea, seriously.
Sips the tea strongly.
Strongly.
Like,
cause it's crazy, and then especially how girls are dressing nowadays. Like, and I'm 17. Yeah. Now 17, you're trying to wear waist trainers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Waist trainers, like no, that's just it's just a bit much.
Do you like teenagers? Define teenage.
For real. Like, what is the legal age in New York? Like.
She's 17. I mean, legal age in New York is 17.
Nah, it's not.
Like, good night.
Oh, God.
On that note, unfortunately, it's 5 o'clock. Listening, supporting. Thank you, Romel, for coming out today.
Problem.
Thank you. Shout out to DJ Exotic, a.k.a. Anthony, on the promotions. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll be back in the city.